Everyone said the billionaire had a heart made of ice, but the day a trembling janitor stood between him and a crying little girl, the entire world learned how wrong they were. The video spread like wildfire, millions of views in hours, but no one knew the full story behind that moment. No one knew what it cost the janitor to take that step, or how deeply the billionaire had already been broken. Marcus Hale built his fortune in silence and steel. Tech genius, investor, and owner of Hale Industries, his name inspired awe and fear in equal measure. Employees whispered about his impossible standards and ice-cold stare. People said he fired executives without blinking, crushed competitors without mercy, and lived alone in a glass mansion overlooking the city. He attended galas without smiling and signed charity checks without showing up. To the world, he was untouchable, unapproachable, heartless. Eli Turner was the opposite of that world. He arrived at Hale Tower before sunrise every morning with a cheap thermos of coffee and tired eyes that had barely slept. At 34, he carried the weight of grief and responsibility like a permanent ache in his chest. 2 years earlier, cancer had stolen his wife, leaving him alone with their 6-year-old daughter, Lily. He had taken the janitor job because it was the only one that worked with his schedule and paid just enough to keep the lights on. He cleaned floors that cost more than his annual salary and emptied trash from offices he would never step into. Still, he worked hard, always greeting security guards by name and humming softly while he mopped. The building buzzed with tension whenever Marcus Hale was in the office. Executives straightened, assistants whispered, even the elevators felt nervous. Eli noticed it all but stayed out of the way. He had learned that survival meant invisibility. Until the morning invisibility was no longer an option. Lily's school had called him unexpectedly. There had been an incident with another student, and since Eli had no one else to watch her for the afternoon, he brought her to work with him, a rule-breaking risk he had no other choice but to take. He tucked her into a supply room with coloring books and snacks and promised he'd be close. But children don't understand corporate fear or unspoken boundaries. Lily wandered. She followed the shiny floors and quiet corridors until she reached a vast conference room with towering windows and a long glass table. At the head of it stood Marcus Hale himself, mid-meeting, his deep voice cutting through the air as executives shrank beneath his gaze. Lily pushed the door open and, startled by the intensity, tripped and began to cry. The room froze. Marcus turned slowly. The crying echoed like a siren in the silent space. Everyone expected the explosion. That was the moment Eli burst into the room, breathless and terrified. He dropped to his knees beside his daughter and pulled her into his arms, apologizing over and over again. His hands shook. He was certain he had just lost the only job keeping his family alive. The challenge hit all at once: public humiliation, fear of termination, and the crushing guilt of failing to protect his child. Marcus stared at them in silence. The executives waited for the storm. Instead, Marcus raised a hand. "Everyone out," he said quietly. They left instantly. Eli clutched Lily tighter, bracing himself. Marcus approached slowly and knelt beside them. Lily peeked through her tears. For the first time in years, Marcus Hale saw not an employee, not a mistake, but a frightened child holding on to the only person she had left in the world. "My daddy works very hard," Lily said softly. "He's always tired." Something cracked. Marcus straightened and simply said, "You're safe here." That moment, caught by a forgotten security cam, went viral. But what the camera didn't capture was what happened afterward. Marcus didn't fire Eli. He asked him to sit. Eli, barely able to breathe, sat with Lily on his lap. Marcus offered her a glass of water. His hands were steady, but his eyes betrayed something long buried. He learned that Eli worked 3 jobs over 2 years before landing the janitor position. That Lily's mother used to sing in the mornings before work. That Eli blamed himself for not catching the cancer sooner. That every night, he worried about rent. The challenge Marcus faced was one he had mastered avoiding: human connection. He had buried his own pain beneath success after losing his younger sister in a car accident when they were children. He had learned that caring meant risking loss. But here, in a quiet conference room, loss was already standing in front of him. Marcus arranged for Lily to stay in a lounge with food and cartoons for the rest of the day. Eli returned to work in a daze, certain the kindness was temporary. He expected a pink slip by morning. It never came. Instead, he was moved to a day shift, then offered paid time off. Then one afternoon, Marcus asked him to share coffee. The challenges shifted. Eli struggled with pride. He didn't want charity. He didn't want to feel like a symbol. He just wanted to be a good father. Meanwhile, Marcus battled his own walls, terrified that the more he helped, the more he would feel. And feeling meant pain. The building changed slowly. Security guards smiled more. Employees lingered in hallways. A single act of compassion began to ripple outward. Marcus started showing up to the charities he funded. He began asking employees' names. When Eli's car broke down in the middle of winter, Marcus had it repaired anonymously. When Lily needed speech therapy after the trauma of losing her mother, the sessions appeared on a corporate health plan. When Eli nearly quit out of guilt, Marcus told him something unexpected. "You're not here because I pity you," Marcus said. "You're here because you remind me why I built any of this in the first place." The biggest challenge came the following spring. Eli collapsed at work. Exhaustion, malnutrition, stress. He woke in a hospital to Lily's terrified face and Marcus standing silently behind her. Medical bills loomed. Time off threatened eviction. Everything Eli feared came crashing at once. He wept in shame, unable to protect his child yet again. Marcus took full responsibility. He covered the medical expenses. He arranged for housing assistance through the company. He created a new family support fund in Eli's wife's name, without publicity. For the first time in years, Eli slept without fear. But healing isn't only financial. Marcus began visiting Lily and Eli in their small apartment. He learned how to burn pancakes. He learned how to listen. He learned how to sit in silence without needing control. Lily taught him how to laugh again. The man everyone feared began to change. The final challenge arrived quietly. Marcus's health started failing. Years of overwork, untreated stress, and emotional isolation took their toll. When he collapsed in his own office months later, it was Eli who found him during his rounds. The janitor who once trembled now stood steady as he called for help and stayed by Marcus's side through surgery and recovery. Roles reversed. When Marcus woke, Eli was there with Lily, holding a handmade card that read, "Don't be scared. We're here." Tears rolled freely for the first time in decades. The billionaire recovered slowly. The janitor regained strength. And together, in ways neither could have predicted, they healed something broken in both of them. The building no longer whispered in fear. It hummed with purpose. The viral video faded from headlines, but the story behind it lived on in quieter ways. Every paycheck that kept a family housed, every child whose therapy was paid for, every employee who felt seen. Eli was eventually promoted into facilities management. He never stopped being humble. Lily grew taller and louder and fearless. Marcus Hale never returned to being feared. And all of it began with a single trembling step forward. If this story moved you, inspired you, or reminded you of the power one brave act can have, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because real stories of hope, courage, and unexpected change are just getting started.